Xiang Yuan, the eldest lady of Donghe Group, was ordered to save the Qian branch that was on the verge of bankruptcy and began her own journey of experience. There, Xiang Yuan met Zhu Yanqi, the campus male idol whom she had been chasing so hard. Zhu Yanqi was in deep adversity and faced injustice in the workplace but still persisted in her dream of becoming a navigation engineer. Xiang Yuan gradually grew up and took charge of himself in the process of dealing with the company's crisis. The two supported each other, once again sparked the spark of love, and went on a journey together to realize the dream of China's Beidou navigation research. The last BEIDOU-3 satellite is about to be launched, which means that the BEIDOU-3 network has been successfully established. When reporters came to interview them, Zhu Yanqi took out the medal and said he wanted to share it with his lover. Zhu Yanqi proposed to Xiang Yuan. Xiang Yuan watched the news and said he was willing. In the Wei Kingdom, immortality cultivation is prevalent, and immortality is ultimately out of reach for most people. Wei Ji, a girl who has been regarded as a broom star since she was a child, is quiet and low-key, but her character is not cowardly. She boldly participated in the coming-of-age ceremony to test the bones of Xian Yuan. At the coming-of-age ceremony, Wei Ji's group of 36 people reflected the figure of a phoenix in the immortal mirror, so everyone was sent to Beilu Academy for further study. Among them, the third young lady of the Wei family with outstanding qualifications has become a popular candidate to inherit the Phoenix bloodline. In the academy, the teacher Yan Yue was extremely harsh and tortured all the young men and young ladies who were well dressed and well fed until they complained incessantly. In fact, Yan Yue is the heavenly lord of the upper realm, and the purpose of coming down to earth is to find the successor of the Phoenix bloodline. Because in the legend, the Phoenix is a terrifying existence that will surely destroy the three realms. Killing the Phoenix is not only Yan Yue's mission, but also the biggest test of whether he can successfully ascend to the throne of heaven. Yan Yue was restricted by the laws of heaven and could not interfere with human affairs, but he gradually developed a keen interest in the smart and tenacious Wei Ji. The play mainly tells the story of men and women who were born in the 1990s, from being single and raising children to living under the same roof. In order to pay for the surgery for his daughter Xuansun's brain tumor, Qi Sil needed to win the order for Maolan's planning project and pestered Maolan's boss Song Haoyu. When Song Haoyu was taking his son Chenchen to choose a birthday gift, he discovered that Qi Sil had a brooch similar to Chenchen's. Song Haoyu gradually confirmed the relationship between Xuanxuan and Chenchen through the clues in the brooch. In order to give his two children a happy family, Song Haoyu proposed to Qi Sil, and the two entered into a marriage with an uncertain future. Min Hui fell in love with Xin Qi by mistake, but they broke up due to a misunderstanding. Later, Min Hui found out that she was pregnant with Xin Qi's child, and she decided to give birth to Min Quankan as a single mother. Many years later, at a business reception, Min Hui was made difficult for someone and fell into a dilemma. At the critical moment, Xin Qi cleverly resolved the embarrassing situation. After many years of separation, the two reunited again and found that their heartbeat was just the beginning of love. The two staged scenes of sweet and sad love in the workplace and in life. Min Hui and Xin Qi held a wedding, and several good friends were here. The two said their wedding vows, put rings on each other, and kissed. In order to save the world from being tortured by the rule of the demon god Tan Taijin, Li Susu, the daughter of the head of the Hengyang sect, made a desperate move and returned to 500 years ago. Incarnate as Yi Siwu, the youngest daughter of the Yi family, to prevent Jingguo's proton Tan Taijin, who had not yet been completely eroded by evil thoughts, from becoming a demon. Unexpectedly, Tan Taijin turned out to be Yi Siwu's husband, and the two gradually developed feelings for each other. In the end, Li Susu changed the fate of Tan Taijin and the world with his righteousness. After losing his love, Tan Taijin searched for Li Susu's soul for 500 years on the banks of the Netherworld River. He was rescued by the Immortal Sect when he was about to die. From then on, he became a disciple of the Immortal Sect. Li Susu meets again. After all, the two could not be together forever. The demon god was destined to live and die together with Tongbei Dao. Li Susu kissed Tan Taijin and ended his life. After all, Tongbei Dao and the demon god were still destroyed and stopped. Crisis of annihilation. The lonely and cold Crown Prince Shi Ying and the enthusiastic and righteous Princess Zhu Yan of the Red Clan formed a fateful bond due to the kindness of a flower. But due to an unexpected combination of circumstances, they became master and apprentice and stayed together for 3 years. Guixi rises and Kongsang is about to die. Shi Ying mistakenly believes that Zhiyuan, the shark who grew up with Zhu Yan, is the emperor of the sea, so he seals Zhiyuan with his own hands. Without saying a word, Shi Ying took Zhu Yan's hand next to her and asked her to deal with him and Zhu Yao with her own hands. In the end, Zhu Yan stabbed the jade bone at Shi Ying and watched him gradually disappear in front of her. A year later, Zhu Yan, still dressed in red alone, stood in front of the snow-weed trees all over the mountains and plains, and expressed her agreement with Shi Ying. The moment she turned around, she suddenly saw the young man in white walking out of the blooming snowweed flower. He was the one she longed for. The two of them looked at each other and smiled. Standing in front of each other, Zhang Yinyan, the bright, flamboyant, free-spirited senior sister of the Xixuan sect, went down the mountain to abduct Ji Ruochen, a fake and relegated immortal who wanted to cultivate immortality, and wanted to lead him on the road to immortality. However, the defense was broken because the other party took the top spot on the Qingyun list, and the two began to fall in love with each other and turn into foxes for love. Afterwards, Zhang Yinyan and Ji Ruochen experienced many difficulties, and their relationship deepened as they got along. Deciding to work together to save the world, Zhang Yinyan obtained the true biography of the sky fox Su Shu. After transforming into a 9-tailed sky fox, he desperately trapped the Taiyi Supreme Immortal and helped Ji Ruochen finally kill the Taiyi Supreme Immortal. However, Zhang Yinyan's demon soul flew away and fell down the mountain. Sendai. Ji Ruochen finally used Jiuyo Minyan to repair the demon pill in Zhang Yinyan's body and rescued Zhang Yinyan. The three realms have since restored permanent peace. The Red Line fairy Xiangyun of the Heavenly Marriage Pavilion and the ancient war god Qiuhong are bound by chance to become a love tribulation fairy couple. They need to work together in the lower realms to open love dungeons again and again until the crisis in the 6 realms is resolved. During the course of the catastrophe, the two of them turned into pigs and tigers and were stoned to death. Their childhood sweethearts became separated from each other. Their beloved master and apprentice ended up in the underworld together, and the married couple had their souls pierced through their bodies unexpectedly. In the end, they regained the memory of their first love 30,000 years ago, went to the treacherous forest to overcome obstacles, and fought against Haoxuan to restore peace to the 6 realms. Qiuhong knocked Haoxuan into the unbounded. At the same time, he used the power of the golden unicorn to cast a protective spell on Canghai. He replaced Canghai's soul and disappeared, dissipating the healing power of the golden unicorn. They finally defeated Haoxuan, and the world finally returns to a state of peace. Xiangyun couldn't forget Qiuhong and decided to go down to the next world to find Qiuhong. In front of the Temple of Human Marriage, Xiangyun met a young man holding a red paper umbrella. The young man wiped away her tears. After many misunderstandings and hardships, the two learned to grow and trust. The two people who were reunited under the Temple of Mortal Marriage finally ushered in a happy ending. It is said that the Han Emperor and his family worked together to create Dajing. However, 10 years ago, the emperor's family was convicted of treason, and only an orphan girl was left imprisoned in Daishan Mountain. 10 years later, Prince Han Yi, who was determined to save the orphan girl of the imperial family, went to Jingnan, the hometown of the imperial family, to eliminate pirates. He unexpectedly encountered a pretty water bandit who kept saying that he would not marry him. The female water bandit called herself Ren Anle. She spent 30,000 watermen and went to the capital to find a prince. She was the orphaned daughter of the emperor's family, Emperor Ziyuan. And she came here just to rectify the family's case. Emperor Ziyuan Han Yi set out for the northwest. They had defeated the northern Qin this time. Han Yi was fatally injured and fell off a cliff. However, Han Yi's body was not found for a long time. And Emperor Ziyuan also returned to the capital after winning the battle. After returning to Han Yi's house and seeing the portrait of Emperor Ziyuan painted by Han Yi, Emperor Ziyuan realized that no matter whether he was Ren Anle or Emperor Ziyuan, Han Yi had always loved him. Emperor Ziyuan died because of excessive sadness. I fainted, but my head turned white overnight. Han Yi returned to the capital, and the two came to the late emperor's mountain again. Now Han Yi just wanted to fulfill his promise and watch the prosperous age of Dajing with Emperor Ziyuan. Soon, Han Yi and Dai Ziyuan officially got married. In the evening, Han Yi returned to the room and looked at Dai Ziyuan, who was wearing a hijab. Han Yi finally waited for this day. After all, he had been waiting for this moment for too long. Dongbo Snow Eagle, a young man with ancient bloodline, lost his father when he was young and was dependent on his younger brother. He got involved in a battle between good and evil to save his mother. During this period, Zhu Ying met and fell in love with Yu Jingxu, a woman who is a descendant of the God clan. After going through many hardships, the two became close lovers and shared life and death together despite hardships and dangers. But when the Xia clan was in crisis, his original intention was not easy. He broke through his own limits, understood the true meaning of the Three Peaks, and worked with his mentors to crush the demon clan's conspiracy. They jointly protected the Xia clan and defended the integrity of their territory, writing a heart-stirring and passionate legend, and grew into a generation of snow eagle lords that shine brightly in the east.